pulling back the titles, and I think Archie and Lily will fall into that trap, and their parents have made it so much easier for the monarchy to do that by denying their kids the opportunity to have a relationship with those in the monarchy.
Hello everyone, warmly welcome to our channel. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are expected to celebrate American Independence Day on July 4th with their children, Archie and Lilibet, in the U.S., while Britain holds its general election. The couple, residing in Montecito, California, have previously celebrated the holiday both in their hometown and in other parts of the country. Last year, Harry was seen with Lilibet at a parade near their home. In 2022, the family watched a parade in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. The 4th of July is special for Harry, as one of his first dates with Meghan took place on this day in 2016, a memory he shared in his memoir Spare. Probably churn out the photos from last year, just like the same old photos of the kids from the last couple of years. Perhaps the real reason Harry and Meghan keep reusing old photos of their children is that those children do not exist or are merely rented, leaving them with no new images to share. This not only makes the public skeptical about the authenticity of their family life, but also reveals a disturbing dark side to their behavior. This action by Meghan and Harry is not just a blatant deceit, but also a betrayal of public trust. Creating a fake family image just to attract attention and maintain their fame shows a lack of honesty and integrity. Those who once supported and admired them will feel deceived and betrayed when they realize that what they believed in all along was just a carefully staged drama. Moreover, hiring people to play the role of their children just for photos and creating a false family narrative is a despicable act. This not only tarnishes the honor of the royal family, but also diminishes the public's respect for Harry and Meghan. They have turned sacred values like family and kinship into tools for personal gain, regardless of the consequences and harm their actions cause. If this deception were to be exposed, it would lead to a major scandal that could completely destroy Harry and Meghan's image in the eyes of the public. No one can forgive the exploitation of children and family sentiments for personal profit. Their lack of honesty and insatiable greed have revealed a dark and terrifying aspect of this couple's character. If he is so eager to celebrate the 4th of July, why is he trying to get back into the United Kingdom? It seems this man does not know what he wants. I actually hope he will become an American, then we Canadians, along with the British and other Commonwealth countries, can have a worldwide celebration. Of course it will be spent with Archie and Lilibet. They are not old enough to escape yet. No one else wants to spend time with them. On the other hand, she didn't spend the day with the child on Archie's birthday. She was hiking with friends during the coronation. I wonder if you remember. He attended a fete last year with a child on his shoulders. Doesn't it mean it was theirs? Where was Archie? Didn't he go to the Independence Day show? Besides, celebrate with their nearest and dearest. Who is that? Just Mama Doria? Not many nearest and dearest there. Are there? Perhaps this is the time to become an American citizen and formally become a Yank. Wouldn't it be nice? He could hold a parade with the odd invited celebs. The kids and chickens could march past the steps as Ari takes the Independence Day salute. Meghan could make jam sandwiches for them. I don't imagine either of them will celebrate Independence Day by relinquishing the titles they were given when they married, after mocking the very institution which granted them the titles. Their titles are the only thing they have in order to sell themselves. It's funny how Harry is celebrating a holiday when America is stating they cut all ties with the British. That says something about Harry showing he has cut all ties with the British people. And now he needs to drop all titles. Yes, that's a laugh. I know, can you imagine what S name being Mrs. Windsor? Just how will they celebrate with the invisible kids? Maybe they were hosting a seance. Children often have invisible friends, tea parties, and dolls which respond and talk back. This is just the other way around. Then, I am sure that the spare will celebrate his own 4th of July as the day of independence from England, whom he departed from. Maybe he celebrated the 29th of June, which was the date of his official permanent residence in the USA, so now, the spare his 43 Nigerian wife, and their children can sing the Yankee Doodle. Wouldn't it be nice if the Harry and Meghan duo would finally sever their connections to the British and declare true independence? Instead of these stunts they've been breeding for the last 4 years? Will be taping a barbecue meal presentation for her yet-to-be-guaranteed cooking show? It would be even better if the Brits and royal family sever their connections and removed their titles, patronages, and Harry and the alleged kids' placeholder in the line of succession. and get the gray suits involved to stop her from using the Sussex moniker or connection with any new venture she pretending to juggle. A true Independence Day. Millions and millions of Americans, no disrespect, celebrate the 4th of July with barbecues, fireworks, and family gatherings. It's a beloved national holiday that brings people together in a spirit of patriotism and joy. So, why are Harry and Meghan deemed so special that they get an article and a PR campaign just for celebrating the same holiday as everyone else? It is almost comical how the media continues to fawn over every mundane detail of their lives as if they were still active members of the royal family. Do we really need an article every time they attend a parade or host a backyard barbecue? The endless PR spin suggests that their 4th of July celebration is somehow more noteworthy than that of millions of ordinary Americans who celebrate the day with just as much enthusiasm and spirit, albeit without the paparazzi documenting their every move. Harry and Meghan's constant need for attention has turned into a spectacle of its own. They seem to be perpetually in search of the spotlight, leveraging even the most common experiences for maximum media coverage. Their every move is framed as an extraordinary event, deserving of headlines and detailed coverage. This obsession with remaining relevant in the public eye has become almost farcical, reducing their image to that of celebrities chasing fame rather than respected figures contributing meaningfully to society. The irony is palpable. Here we have a couple who claim to want privacy and a life away from the relentless scrutiny of the royal spotlight. Yet they have transplanted themselves into the American media circus, where they continue to orchestrate their lives for maximum publicity. Every holiday, every outing, every personal milestone is turned into a public relations opportunity. It is as if they cannot let a single moment pass without ensuring it is captured and shared with the world, reinforcing their narrative and keeping them in the public consciousness. Moreover, their 4th of July celebrations are packaged and sold as if they hold some unique significance simply because of who they are. It is a clever manipulation, turning ordinary events into spectacles, making sure they remain the center of attention. This relentless self-promotion, while perhaps effective in keeping their brand alive, also exposes a certain desperation to stay relevant in a world that is constantly moving on to the next big thing. I wonder if the Montecito pair will be looking for another award for America's Independence Day, maybe a top hat for the plank. Oh, good! I am looking so forward to seeing grainy and blurred photos of the grown. Some pair along with children who may or may not be artificial and little Betty, all photoshopped by the photographer du jour, Misan Harriman. Will Archie be a redhead frizzball or a dark-haired wavy boy in his mother's arms? Will Lilibet be wearing a long-sleeved dress and tights in her daddy's Harry's arms again this year? Or not sure Harry and Meghan will be able to borrow the same children for photos, though the Archie from the 2022 Independence Day photo in Jackson Hole looks absolutely nothing like the 2023 Independence Day photo of Archie in Montecito. Wonder who could put their name to further Photoshop of a more recent Independence Day photo of Harry and Meghan and invisible children. Could it be the case that Gavin Gingras will be made out to be an alleged child called Archie, and Hartford Clark as an alleged child called Lilibet? Perhaps there even could be body doubles for Harry and Meghan, that such a photo appears in the press. He should be granted immediate citizenship for being such a huge American. Can he please pop his titles and his British citizenship in the post while he is wandering about on the streets of Montecito? She'll never allow him to do that, and he won to give up the only thing that makes him special. Isn't he ordained by God? Oh, wait, he thinks he should be worshipped like God. I rarely talk about Archie and Lily since there are children, and you don't want to involve the children in the parents' activities too much. However, when it was announced that not only Meghan would not be attending the coronation, but neither would Archie or Lilibet because Archie needed to have his 4th birthday party in California rather than with the rest of his extended family at the coronation, it brought to the forefront of my mind how much Archie and Lily live a sad existence. They have been removed from their family, tradition, culture, and so many other things as a result of Meghan Markle's desperate and very toxic desire. And I honestly don't know what will happen at the end of the day. I don't want to speculate too much, but if I were Archie or Lilibet and grew up and realized how much my parents barred me from historic, one-of-a-kind events, and that I was basically raised like any other celebrity kid in Hollywood, I'd be a little upset. I'd miss out on my grandmother's platinum jubilee, my grandfather's coronation, my great-grandmother's platinum jubilee, my grandfather's coronation, and so many other royal events that Harry and Meghan have denied their children. I believe that in the end, this will only harm their children in the long run, especially in this massive PR game Harry and Meghan are attempting to play. And I believe it puts their children at a significant disadvantage in the future. So I'll go over some of that today. But if you haven't been to Royal News Network before, my name is Brittany, and on this channel, I deliver riveting actual commentary on the current news, as well as a little bit of gossip. In addition, I will be reviewing television episodes and movies, as well as giving some historical information, so if you want to subscribe, that would be great. I also publish a weekly email called Royal Wire, which covers the latest royal news. I also have a few of forthcoming visits to Europe, as well as a royal fashion channel, which you can find a link to in the description box below. Before we get to Archie and Lily, we'll briefly discuss their grandfather, King Charles, who attended this year's Sandhurst graduation ceremony. Obviously, both of his boys have graduated from Sandhurst, and he expressed his pride at their ability to graduate from such an incredible military academy. In addition, we had a few royal guests. So we have King Abdullah and his son Hussein, both of whom graduated from the military academy, as well as Grand Duke Henry of Luxembourg. He was also present. Thus, it was a unique opportunity for some of the higher-ranking royals from specific countries who had attended Sandhurst to attend the first graduation ceremony with King Charles. And I think that's really wonderful, especially in the run-up to the coronation. And, as a lot of you have asked, I am working on some fantastic coronation vids that will debut next week. I just need to do a little more background study and stuff because I am pretty psyched about these films. I want to make sure they are done correctly. But this is the subject, Archie and Lily, that I really wanted to do because I believe that simply looking at someone as a historian, as someone who, believe it or not, has some of my most vivid childhood memories relating to news events, I feel it deplorable that Harriet and Meghan are limiting their children so much, depriving them of their history, experiences, and the pursuit of their own selfish desires. The ultimate victims of Harry and Meghan's scheming will be their children. At the end of the day, it will be all about their children. Despite the fact that the royal family is under a lot of scrutiny, I don't think Harry and Meghan are thinking much about their children in this situation. Everything revolves around them and their pursuits, as well as their opposition to the monarchy and the toxicity of the royal family. But they never, I don't think, take a step back and consider how much damage we are exposing our children to. What toxicity will we leave them with? Archie and Lily could be surrounded by a big, close-knit family. So we witnessed this at the Queen's Platinum Jubilee pageant. We haven't seen much of the kids interacting at various events we've seen tripping the color. You know, because we had that great Simone moment where Savannah covered Prince George's face, while William was clearly not happy with the situation, which I thought was quite sweet. But you could tell that those kids had spent a lot of time together, so she felt comfortable doing it. We also had an occasion where Catherine was with the kids at a polo game, and we had Autumn Phillips there, and all of the kids were playing and interacting, and you could tell they spent a lot of time together. We also got some paparazzi photographs of the Wales and the Tyndalls, and they were at what appeared to be a horse event, perhaps because they attended a lot of them, and the kids were hanging out. I believe Mia was on Prince William's shoulders, and you could tell that all of these youngsters hang out together, while Prince George was on Mike Tyndall's shoulders. So these families have a tremendous relationship, which was illustrated in the royal pageant. We had Charlotte, and when Mia looked unhappy, she put her arms around her. Mia then placed her head on Catherine's shoulder, and Catherine tried to calm her and talk to her. You also had Louis, who was all over the place, and Mike Tyndall. I believe you did this with Louis doing the eyes and trying to tell them, "I am watching you, little Louis," and you could tell they were having fun. They are a family. They are a unit. There was a real warmth to the exchanges, especially between the Wales and the Tyndall and Phillips children, that made me feel like all these kids are friends, all these kids are family, and I couldn't help but be sad that Archie and Lily didn't have that time. Archie and Lily did not get to spend any time with their cousins, and Lily had her first birthday in the UK, which was obviously a busy time because it was the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. We got information that maybe the Tyndall kids and the Phillips kids came. The Wales were busy. Charlotte and George were with their parents and Wales. And then we had to believe Louis was at home with his nanny because, again, there's no trust right now between Harry and Meghan and William and Catherine. William and Catherine were like, you know what? If we were not there, We are not going to put our nanny in the firing line because Meghan has been known to create conflict. According to reports, Catherine did not want to risk Meghan's wrath by allowing Nanny Maria to accompany Louis to Lily's first birthday, so they kept them there. Perhaps a handful of the kids came. But do they know Archie or Lily? No, because Harry and Meghan have denied them that option. While the royal family is royal and has incredible privilege and a very unique place in our lives, at the end of the day, they are a family, and you see them interacting as such. The warmth that we saw at the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, I thought, was one of the best things royals could do because it shows that, yes, they have privilege, positions, and power. But at the same time, they let their kids be kids. They let their kids hang out and have fun. And I think that was huge. Harry and Meghan weren't a part of that equation at all. And I'm like, oh, that was such a bad move for you guys because just seeing perhaps Louis and Archie become a bit friendly. Harry and Meghan have pushed for so long that the royal family is toxic and terrible and all these sorts of things, when you look at it, just don't hold water at all. If that was true, then the kids would be so stiff that they wouldn't interact with each other. They wouldn't be having fun. I think Mia at one point messed up George's hair. So even though he is going to be a future king, he's going to be the future Prince of Wales. They had no problem messing with him. They had no problem teasing him a bit. So this image that Harry and Meghan want to portray just doesn't hold up in reality. Once the truth comes out, it's just very hard to deny that and say that the royal family is toxic when they clearly don't look it. Increasingly, Harry and Meghan look like the toxic element. When it comes to the king's coronation, yes, it's on Archie's birthday. I know some people are like, well, couldn't they schedule it some other time? It is like it was a government decision. They decided, hey, this would be the best date. We could have the most control here. This would work best for us. And the royal family was like, sure, whatever you wanted. I don't think the royal family was particularly going. Well, that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching our video. And I want to know what you think about these issues. Please express your opinion in the comments below. Hope you will always be cheerful and happy. Don't forget to support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Goodbye and see you again in the next videos.